Alright, hey, what's going on, guys? So, got me a new present for the bike today. I know it's gonna be backwards, but what it is this digital guard dog. It's the keyless ignition for my beauty, my 2008 Stratoliner. Seen a couple people's had these on theirs, decided to get one. So, I've not seen any type of video online for people doing installs, so I figured I'd do one. Hopefully, it'd help a lot of people out. Let me go through the trials, tribulations, and I'll take you through the steps that I do. But as far as opening the box, you've got looks like a little T jumper wire right here. I haven't looked at the manual in depth, but I just kind of want to show you what's out of the box. There's another one here, and this had a couple people telling me about jumper wires. I'm guessing those two right there are your little jumper wires that you're gonna have. Okay. You also got that. Yeah, you got a little bag with the little piece in there, a little crimp. A couple zip ties, and then of course you got your main box. Your main box, and it's got two plugs on it. Fobs right there hanging, and then you've got your accessory wires here that come off of the box. So let me get everything turned around here, and I will show you, hopefully show you the process of doing this and not screwing it up too bad. So this is gonna be my first time attempting this, and I hope everything goes well, and I hope everybody can get something out of it. So I'll be back in just a minute. Let me get everything turned around. All right, I'm gonna go through, start taking everything apart. If you know your bike, you can take it apart pretty easy. Once I start getting into the headlight bucket and everything else, then I'll go through and I'll start explaining a little bit more. All right. So after a little work, I was actually able to get into the headlight bucket and get into all these wires. Now, there's a set of wires right here. I have a feeling that the previous owner actually has put on an electronic cruise control. not just throttle lock, but an actual electronic cruise control, just like a vehicle. So now I've got to go through and start finding all of the wires for the box. So I'm gonna take a short break and get me something to eat, and I will be right back. Finally got me something to eat, but coming out here looking at this, it could be kind of imitating to some people, and it's going to be for me, but we're going to try and see if we can get this done. I'm going to flip this camera around. Let's see here. So there is one thing that I did read, and kind of seen a video of it on YouTube, but it wasn't really clear. But I mean, as of right now, I can still take, you know, key switch is still there, everything's on, and of course stop run switch works. But what they're saying is, crap, I need to find them wires to come off the ignition first. So get up in here. Alright, so alright, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, those two. So these two wires right here, I'll move this camera in, maybe just zoom it in a little bit. Alright, well, so these two run from your ignition switch. It's a big, let's see what the inside's at. Okay, from your ignition switch, you've got a big 2-blade connector. I'm not sure what this one is, but this one's also coming from the ignition itself. So those two right there, we know that we're not more than likely going to need. Actually, I still need those plugged in, I think. Let's plug those in real quick. Alright, so now I say we've got to locate the start-stop switch, which I'm not sure which ones are going to be. I did disconnect the lights just to give me more room, but let me see here. Let's try. I mean, I know it's not going to hurt anything. Well, it shouldn't, because most all this is just lights anyways. I unplugged it. Well, wait. Where's our connectors at? Alright, so this is the connector. This is your T-wire. This is supposed to go into your right side start-stop switch. So it's running a 4-wire system. It's only a 2. And that's a 4, a 3, and that one's a 4. So what I'm looking at is one of these two, because they are a 4-wire plug. Let's try it. So let's unhook this. Alright, come over here. Switch is in the run position. Okay, still cranks over. It's not the one we needed. So let's hook this one back. Let's try this other 4-wire. Alright, let's try this again. Light comes on. And hey, look, we have nothing at the starter. So, okay. So, what it looks like, this actually might be fairly easy then. So we know this one. This is, alright, I'm trying to get these wires around so you guys can see them. We've got a red and white, green and blue with a brown dot, a black and, or blue and black with a dot, and then we've got a red and white. So this one is this connector is supposed to connect there to one side. Like that. Where's the other one? Now in theory, since them wires are hooked back up, my starter should work. Okay. Yeah, I know my battery's a little bit dead. I just haven't been riding. The weather's been kind of crap, so I just kind of been hanging out. All right. So, again, it's looking like, now mine is a 2008. You have two plugs here that look same color. But anyways, not sure of the wiring, but it's going to be one of your 2 4-wire plugs. Mine just happened to be red and white. Blue with black, red and black, and a green. Green with blue stripe. Alright, so let's get in here. So we know those are bad. Well, not bad, but what we don't need. Okay, and then come here. So, and I've got my harness here. I'm trying to do it up close so you guys can see it. I know there's not a whole lot of videos out there because I did try and search. I'm gonna put this. So this wire right here, that's the accessory wire that they've talked about. This wire here is of course going to be your ground that you're going to run back to the battery or wherever you're going to put your box at too. Alright, so let's see here. Where'd my other wire connector go? Lost it. Oh, there it is. Lost another harness piece. So, okay, as we know, those ones go to the ignition. Slides in. And then, okay, wait a second. Someone, okay, when I was on Facebook, said that I got this. People wanted me to do an install. And they're saying, don't forget the jumper wire or no, nothing's going to work. I wonder, because this has 2 main harnesses coming off of the ignition. Well, only one way to find out. Let's plug that in there. That one's there. Okay, so now I got these 2. And here I've got, alright, so this one to the harness or to the box, and this other one to the box as well. So, I mean, as you can see, I'm hoping that was all in focus for you guys. Now, it says run this thing back to the battery. Alright, so I'm going to get a ground put on here. I know it says run it to the battery, but whatever. I'm just going to do it here. Alright, now, per instructions, testing your keyless ignition, blah blah blah. Stop switches in the stop. Actually, you know what? Let me get this camera backed up. That way you guys can kind of see what's going on here a little bit. I'm gonna come over here. Don't mind my messy garage or my dirty bike. Alright, now you guys can see the... Alright, got my key fob. Alright, so, what does it say? Okay, flip the switch, make sure it doesn't run, pretty much. Nothing came on, no start. Put it back in the stop position. So, push. Okay, so it's saying, take the key fob Hit it till it's turns green. Okay. Lit up green. Flip the start position. Start switch to the run. Nothing. Oh wait, I missed a step. Huh. I think, yeah, well anyways. Ah, shit. Well, just pushed the button on the fob and it came on. So that's saying it's actually in manual mode. So if I come over here, stop switch, turns everything off. Okay, I didn't touch anything on the fob. I'm gonna set this down in my seat. So everything's off. Comes back on. Moment of truth. Well, that ain't good. I guess something's wrong. Well now, let's see, yeah. Make sure all these connections are tight. Every connection is tight. Ground's on there. Well, now it didn't come on. Alright. I guess that has to do with something wrong with setting the bike up or setting the remote up. Okay, so just put it in automatic mode on the key fob. Try it again. Alright, so I'm not sure. I'm gonna try and figure this out and I'll come right back. Alright, so where I stopped it last time, the bike was cranking, wouldn't turn over, wouldn't run. It actually, I looked at my gauge cluster and it's coming up with 2 codes. It came up with a 22 code and a 19 code. Come to find out, when I had the cover off of the old key switch, I had your air temp sensors underneath there. Got it, no big deal, plugged it back in. Got everything done and I went through and I went through all my wiring. I'm gonna bring this over here. So, went back through all this and I had it disconnected 3-4 times, put it back to original and put everything back. It runs just fine. But I'm gonna take this camera off this tripod real quick because for you guys, I told you I'd kind of do an in-depth detail on this. And that's what I'm trying to do, and I really don't want to have anybody going through the problems that I've been doing. So, a couple people mentioned jumper wire to me. And remember how I said this little jumper wire right here? Okay. Once I took the system off, put the original system back on, everything ran fine. And then, of course, this jumper, you can see it's the same shape, but there's a key to this. If you actually look at this jumper wire, And you see it's got the grooves there on top of it. And you see how that thing's got the grooves on the bottom of it? It doesn't work. So when you go to put this jumper in, okay, my grooves are up, the grooves are down. And you take that little sucker there and you shove it up in there. Okay, so yeah. So now I'm gonna come back over here, and I already did kind of get it. I had to come back out here. I thought something was wrong with the battery. I was gonna get it charged. So, but anyways, key fob, got it. I've already got it set up in automatic mode. So as you come over here, everything turns on. Like I said earlier, I was getting an engine code that popped up, but I haven't done anything else. And it starts, it runs, it's great. So for those who have been wanting to know, and then of course everything comes back off. But I told you I'd get a video done on this. Hopefully it'll help a bunch of you guys out with your liners and get it installed. I will put this is going to be up on YouTube. It'll go up on my page, and I will actually post it on Facebook, or at least a link to them. But now I just got to figure out where you're going to mount your brain box. I'm still not sure where I'm going to do it, but at least everything is there. It's installed. I just got to route the wires. So if you guys can like this, share it with everybody you know, liners, crap, all of them. Just share it, and hopefully it's helped out a lot of people. So if you enjoyed it, let me know, and thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later.